service information policies, procedures. And I'd like to see that done, whoever does that, to get with FEMA, so that we'll be able to tell what projects would qualify if we were to ask for an alternative project, whether the dike would be an acceptable alternative project. But I think we do need, I don't need to know it, but somebody here needs to know it. And I don't want a book that thick that I need to read. And somebody here has to be familiar with all of it.
I think that would be fairly easy, just a phone call to ask them if we could, if that would be something we could even apply for, or if it needs to be something more along the same
Yes.
line of a building that people can use. You know, maybe they need to stay in the same family of things, maybe not.
Yeah, well, we got
I
it.
mean, maybe we can,
Before we can make a decision on an alternative project, we need to know what qualifies.
yeah.
We ready to move on? Let's move on to number 6, the consent agenda. 6A, approval of verified claims for reporting period ended January 27, 2011. See attachments.
I noticed there's a check for G4 Inc. in here for $9,870.
And 361.
Oh, well, I must, okay. Jim, you remember if these are part of that final draw that we had approved at the EDA? Because we don't have those financial statements yet.
From G4.
From G-Force. We don't have the statements yet. I guess before we send that out, I'd like to check with Joyce to see that this is under what the EDA had approved.
I did ask her that, because, I mean, you guys have said during the morning up, and she said there was a dollar limit, and it was still under that dollar limit.
What was the dollar limit?
16,000, I think, is what the draw was gonna be.
But she told me it was under the limit, so.
Okay, then I would move to, the consent agenda detail.
I'll second.
Motion by Mr. Robertson, seconded by Mr. Bunky. Any comments? All in favor of the motion, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion passes. Number 7, public hearing, there is none this evening. Number 8, general business. 8A, consideration of receiving report and information from Fire Chief Dave Lombard, and to appoint various department members to serve as fire department officers for 2011. See attached report and receive an in-person presentation by Chief Lombard.
Good evening, everyone.
Good evening, Chief.
You've all got, a copy of, I guess, I'm just here looking for approval on officers, meetings and events scheduled, and just to give you a little bit on what's going on for the year and see if there's any questions of me.
These officers were all elected by the crew.
Yes.
Selection process, not an election.
We used to have an election.
Selection.
I move to accept it. I have no problem with anything on here. I think they do a super job.
Motion by Mr. Robertson, second by Mr. Dahl. Any comment?
Is there anything that you want to highlight on here?
Not necessarily, no, just to give you, just a short report on what we got going on, some of the bigger things, and just to see if there was any questions from anybody.
So you think I need a refresher on CPR?
I thought it was you right away.
I have no idea who was. I didn't know him, I just said start. Anyway.
Yeah.
All in favor of the motion, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed?
Thank you, Dave.
Motion
Dave.
passes.
Dave,
Thank you,
thanks
chief.
to all of you.
Thank you. Let's move on to 8B, consideration of accepting the recommendation from Chief of Police Sam Stensgaard to authorize the hiring of Joel Johnson, a licensed police officer, to work on a part-time basis as needed or scheduled during the absence of full-time staff. See attached memo from Chief Stensgaard.
I got no problem with this, but the wording here at Rushford Police Department as a full-time licensed officer, working part-time, that's a strange way to put it.
He will be a fully licensed officer.
Fully licensed
Yeah.
officer, but this says full-time licensed officer.
Well, he's licensed to work full-time anywhere.
Okay.
By
I
virtue
just-
of his license.
The language was just a
Yeah,
little
but
confusing.
for us,
It's
he would
very
only be
definite it'll be
part-time.
part-time,
For us, it's good part-time.
yeah.
So, my question is, why do they need another part-timer?
We
You
only have
one.
one
Well,
that's.
Weren't there 3 part-timers?
I thought there were 3 in his last report.
Yes.
Is he
we
down?
have- Yeah, we've had, other people have moved on or chosen not to put in as much part-time. Right now, we have one
So
that
you
puts
just got
in the
Cody?
most. Cody and Dave Haugen a little bit, but he works full-time at Mayo. So this gets a newer, younger blood into it to pick up some of those extra hours, if there are any. Yeah, but Cody's the main one. So if they're busy or they're gone or they're working full-time, they can't always fit the hours that they need them for, so.
Wasn't there a young lady also?
She got injured on her other job and has not worked for a long, long time. Not for us, she hasn't worked policing for a long time.
What's the level of commitment by the city to this part-time staff person? Are we responsible for a certain amount of his training?
Well, some of the in-house training that the department requires that he meets certain in-house training here. Probably in things like use of force and all that, he's just coming right out of school, so he's got almost all the training that he needs anyway, but, there is ongoing training that he would probably do with our officers if he stuck around long enough, and that's to protect our liability in our department as well. I mean, you want them to have that annual use of force retraining and to be sure everybody's fully up to speed on how to do things.
What's the pay scale, or what would his pay rate be?
There's different rates for, he doesn't have a lot of experience, so he would be a lower, and I don't remember, it's like 13, so it ranges from 13 to 17 or something, depending on, you know, if they're experienced or not,
Hourly rate?
yeah. But they're not on any set schedule, and they don't get any other benefits or anything, cause there's no set schedule and there's no specific times that they're set to work.
So they're strictly at will?
Yeah. I mean, we could have 15 of these, because only
Yeah.
one of them's gonna be working at a time.
Yep.
Yeah.
So I would move.
And if he has a chance to have a part-timer working, that's less overtime he can instead give to Sam or to Adam or to Mr. Thorson. So the more options he has with the part-timers, it is a good thing for him.
I would
Keep playing
recommend
that.
I would move to hire Joel Johnson as a part-time officer.
Have a motion, do I have a second?
Come on, you guys.
I'll second.
Motion by Mr. Rogers, second by Mr. Bunky. Any more discussion? All in favor of the motion, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. All opposed? And the motion passes.